You know, it's kind of a funny day. I think me and Plarium are really close to just burying the hatchet after all these years. Because I was looking here today and I noticed the announcement. It said, hey, the duplicate system's coming. And if you know anything about me, I'm a giant meme for the legendary duplicate system because of my 5 Nethros. But before we get into that, actually, there's something else I know this Plarium did. They offered me a sort of what is the word? An olive branch out of nowhere. So what am I talking about? Well, you guys remember I pulled War Mother and King Garag as my legendaries on my free-to-play account, and everyone was laughing because I got the Queen and King basically of garbage. So here's the deal. The joke's on everyone else but me because these guys are getting buffed. At least I will see. Maybe the joke's still on me. We'll find out, okay? But as it stands currently, this guy, not so hot. It's all about this move, which does basically no damage. He's getting his multiplier buffed. So with any luck, he's going to start one-shotting people. With any luck at all, attack's going to be busted on him completely. But the buff I'm really excited about is my War Mother is getting buffed too. So what they're doing is increasing the base stats of her except her HP. They're decreasing that, but they're increasing the attack and defense, okay, to make up for it because she's based upon attack. So she's going to easily do more damage. Now, the problem with her is two things. Her A2 applies bombs, but it takes 3 turns to blow up, which is like, takes forever to apply that damage, basically. Most of the time, the waves are gone anyway. And then her A3, in order to pop the bombs, has to crit. Well, it doesn't make sense to build 100% crit rate on a hero that is using bombs, because if you guys know, bombs are based upon attack and cannot crit. So for that reason, it doesn't make any sense. So what they're doing is they're changing the A3, which if she has an attack up buff on her, instantly detonates the bombs. And it's way easier to get her an attack up buff anyway. So you can just do that. Like, that's no problem. You can just put attack up and then it's going to detonate the bombs. So that's great because you want to attack up on her anyway to place the bombs. And since she has higher base attack, now you can build her attack and maybe the bombs will actually do damage. So now I have 2 legendaries that went from complete garbage to actually usable on the free-to-play, which means if you look at my legendaries, I got the free one, a ninja, and then we pulled Landicus, right? So I have 4 solid legendary heroes on the free-to-play. So now with War Mother being buffed, we gotta kind of have the King and the War Mother get together. So we're gonna have to max her out next. I don't think I need to have her booked. It would probably be better to have her booked, but yeah, she's not gonna get booked. Masteries will probably happen. You'll probably end up needing them. The gear is trash for the moment, and my father I've been working on. So if you look here, I do have some available, but I need to continue grinding that. I will say that the free coupon code they gave with the multi-battles and all that stuff was pretty nice. So I'm actually kind of a fan of some of the recent patches, to be honest. The Uruguay thing, I know, is like the one thing people were really pissed off at. And I'm kind of missing the whole drama of this one, just giving it skip because I wasn't around enough during the whole Uruguay thing. Like, I been playing Marvel. So I'm just I don't have good info on that. If anything I said would just be trying to cash in on the drama. So I'm just going to avoid my opinion on that one. I will say I remember reading the skill kit when it came out, and me and Jay Giggs were laughing about how overpowered it completely seems. So I don't know if I'm entirely shocked he got nerfed, but I understand the argument of people like, I put resources into them, and, I do. One thing I will say about that is I did see how Hades made a tweet where he said, when you guys do such heavy nerfs, you should really refund the people that invested in it. And I think that that's, at a minimum, a fair way of doing it. I think that, that would probably be a very nice, reasonable thing. It's kind of a bummer if free-to-play people save up, get a character, put a ton. Like, if one of my heroes got completely gutted right now, like, let's say Ninja gets completely gutted, it would really hurt my account, like, a lot. Or if, let's say, this guy, the Frog, got gutted, I fully mastered him, and I fully booked him. Well, he's almost fully mastered, you get my point. But he is fully booked, etc. So if he got gutted right now, that would really hurt my account. Same with, like, Frozen Banshee, Apothecary, like, and I did invest resources into these people, so I would be like, like, that was a huge chunk of the free-to-play resources I got right in the beginning. Now what do? I also kind of want to point out something here. That's kind of a random point. So what I've noticed, if we go actually here, we go to display capture, we turn this on, and we actually go to the Discord. Let's go to where is it? It's in here somewhere. I got a million of these things. Okay, so it's in the Raid Discord. We go to the Raid Discord and we look at their responses to things, like the most recent one, the most discussion. They're always kind of We know how unsettling it is to see a nerf. Performance proved him to be overpowered, capable of clearing, etc. Not the function he's supposed to do as an epic support champion. I mean, here's the thing. The game's been around long enough. They knew what he was going to do. They understand their game well enough. They played the game well enough. They knew this guy was going to be completely busted. Before he was launched, people knew the kit was going to be completely busted. So I don't think this is honest. I don't see this as an honest update. But what I did see as an honest update was in Marvel Future Revolution, they had a really, really bad update. Like, I'm talking bad enough that they might have killed half their population instantly type of thing. It was terrible. And instead of coming out with this, like, hey, your player perception is wrong. Here's what we were trying to do. We understood, we fell short, but the idea is good. Like, instead, they just kind of came out and said, look, this update was trash. I mean, they basically said, they apologized like 5 times, said, we didn't meet expectations. Our ideas were bad. We didn't listen to the community as much. I mean, like, they just straight up called themselves out. And the response I'm seeing from myself, like my own mentality, as well as like the community, is even off the back of like an honest to God horrible patch. I mean, it's really bad, like worse than some of the ones we've seen in Raid. And off the back of that, the community, I'm seeing a flip flop from getting angry to like supportive. People have come and said, okay, you know what? You said what your issues are. Like, Marvel is giving you crap for the content you're trying to add into the game. You're having publicity issues. You are having issues by not listening to the people. You realize that you don't play your game enough as much as the community does. Like, that your community understands it better than you do, and you should have implemented their ideas. Saying stuff like that brings it down to like the common man level. It's not this from the pulpit, hey guys, we released this. Obviously, it should have been this other thing. You guys know that. So that's what we're going to make it, right, guys? And you know what, you have a problem with it? Oh man, but you know it's not right. Like, it's always this like, they're telling you how you feel. And I firmly believe that business mirrors life and relationships. I think that the consumers tend to be one half of the relationship with a business, especially if a product's involved. And when feedback happens, the business needs to be able to lower its levels of defense to be able to allow real feedback and progression to happen. I've seen this happen with Plarium a couple of times. They've allowed this to happen. When admitting faults and when bringing people like devs onto interviews, that gives you a moment of vulnerability because that person could record it and publish it no matter what they agreed upon. You never know. Okay, so I do give them props for allowing that. And I do say that as a business, to give yourself the opportunity to get ripped apart by a community, because in the opportunity itself presenting itself and you allowing that opportunity, you will be surprised at the amount of people that see you allowing that opportunity and will reward trustworthy behavior. That's it. That's my point for today. That's why I'm burying the hatchet, because I'm realizing that it doesn't matter who the PR person is and where exactly we take this template of an issue and apply it. This issue exists in the world we live in. It exists in everything, and it's the way you handle it that matters.